and she is a little challenged, but she's bipolar.
But she knows
But
what she's doing.
she does know what she's doing.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing by spending all this money on TikTok and gifting people. She knows what she's doing because she knows how to manipulate people. And by manipulating people into send her thousands of dollars, she knows what she's doing. So, that can't be an excuse for her at this point.
Yeah. Um, and her parents can't do much, y'all. They can't cut off the internet because she has internet on her phones. And I say phones in plural. She
You
also
know,
has an iPad.
one thing, Pinky, as parents and as civilians, phones and internet is luxury. It's not a state law. You must provide that for your sound mind child, whether they be minors or adults. If
Right.
they can't leave her without a phone, they could always get a landline. And people that are screaming elderly abuse, it absolutely is. However, when as parents do we look at our children as the problem? A lot of us don't as parents.
Yeah,
Right.
this is
Well,
wild.
and that's what she does. So her parents can't take her off her phone plan because it's her phone plan. So she is responsible to pay for her phone. She gets $600 a month through Social Security. Her parents get paid to take care of her. But she doesn't get, they don't qualify for like food stamps or anything like that. And when I say the cops are out there on a regular basis, and she was door dashing a coffee from Starbucks, and just the DoorDash alone was $20. That wasn't including the coffee. But you'll hear, because I won't cut the boxes on when like this, where she can turn her actual camera on, because then people feel bad for her. And I've said this, and this is going to sound really mean, y'all, but without the rugs in it, she is a Lisa Richards.
Wow.
And and it's bad. She will drop somebody real quick and block them when they start speaking the truth, or try to hold her accountable for some of the stuff that she says. And the lies, the switch up of the lies. She will end a live and she'll be crying and carrying on and all that stuff. She also records her parents. She will provoke them and then record only what they have to say. When they've told her, for them to physically get her out the house without her leaving on her own, finding a facility and leaving on her own, because she won't go into a nursing home. She don't want to be in different programs, none of that. They would actually have to have her evicted, because the state of Texas, she lives there.
Hey,
So
Pinky,
that,
will you
yes.
tell them about how she did go to a nursing home for a period of time and
Oh,
absolutely despised it and begged to
oh,
come back home?
oh God, yes, yeah, because they took her phone at midnight and she cried. She was defecating herself, throwing stuff. She begged her parents to come get her. And her parents aren't on any social media, so they just think all these people are in there bullying her and stuff like that. And a lot of people do, when you hear somebody in the box, like myself, trying to make her take some type of accountability. We were up with her 4 days, 4 days, day in and day out, trying to get her to understand what she was doing. And she says, yeah, no, I get it. And then when you ask her again, she just ignores you. When you ask her about the nursing home, she says, well, they mistreated me. They didn't mistreat her. They took her phone from her because she was up screaming and stuff like that on live. So she begged her parents, and that was after her going to Florida. She went to Florida with the dream that somebody was going to take care of her. She has also accused another handicapped person named Jeremy of having child porn in his phone and had his whole house raided. On a live, the cop showed up and kicked in that poor kid's door.
She's absolutely right. We all witnessed that.
On a live. She accused that boy of having child porn, and he didn't have none of that. She's got a different boyfriend each day, each week, and a lot of the handicapped boyfriends that she has, she wants them to move in because she wants their check. There's a guy that I just recently found. He said that he has gave her over $5,000 because she needs it to get out the house and this, that, and the third. So people believe her.
That's a lot of information to take in. That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know I just kind of overloaded y'all with all types of shit, but that's why I was like, look, I've been dealing with this for a very long time. And I got people in the comments that can tell you, even her neighbor, her flipping neighbor has got in a live and said, please don't gift her. Don't do nothing. She's a scammer. And that I can't.
I can imagine, Miss Pinky, but it's important that this information gets out there because
100%.
Getting this information out there to people on social media is very important because she's going to continue to manipulate people. She's going to continue to scam people out of money. She's going to continue to tell people, I'm going to be moving. And then instead she gives all the money away to like the Island Boys or people on TikTok and TikTok gifts, which is ridiculous. That, it's out of hand.
Homie, one of her claims, one of her claims is that these people are DMing her, asking her to like come gift them. But we've asked her many times, like, show us a DM where someone's DMing you saying, hey, come gift me, give me money, and she's yet to produce that. But that's what she'll say. Then she'll start crying and say, because they're asking me every day. And then she never shows where they're asking her for anything.
So here's the thing. Before I started the live stream today, they say her birthday's not till August something. I'm not going to put the day because people were putting it in her chat. Why is she celebrating her birthday today?
She celebrated it yesterday too. What are you talking about?
That's what I don't get is she's manipulating people and yeah, it's a money grab. Like if your birthday's not till August, whatever, I'm not going to put the day. She's saying, oh well, I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be at Disneyland on her birthday. I'm all like, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute. You're telling people you're going to be at Disneyland on your birthday, but you're celebrating today, and hearing from Pinky and here for this BS. She was celebrating yesterday as well. It's all a money grab.
Well, you didn't know that scammers' birthdays is every day?
I've heard of that on a daily basis.
It's a monthly thing. Monthly birthdays.
This is wild. It gets more and more bizarre as we continue. And I could only imagine what else is going to come out from a lot more people because this is unacceptable. And she needs to take accountability. And you know what? I think she needs to. Here's my opinion. Here's my opinion. I think she needs to be locked up. For a few days.
I agree.
I think they need to put her in some little shiny silver bracelets, and kind of to give her something to think about. I think she needs to be locked up for a few days and see what the outcome after she gets released, because this is unacceptable. The amount of money she's taken and under false pretenses. I personally think, that's just my opinion. If people want to sit here, I know some people are going to come for me later on and say, well, maybe you need to be incarcerated. That's fine. Well, You're entitled to your opinion. But I think she needs to be incarcerated for a short amount of time and let her sit there and think about what she continues to do.
Anybody in here, a few weeks ago when we were up like 3 or 4 days with her, I told her, you do not want to end up on the side of TikTok I am on with the scammers and the beggars and this, that, and the third. And then 3 days later, she had some guy named Onyx that is a big creator in her box, and Amber was, thank you, Amber, and he was making her do sexual noises for gifts.
Wow. Yeah, this is wild. This is beyond wild. Pinky, send me a message. I'm going to provide you with the email. If you want to share anything, I'll be more than happy to hold another live stream on Faith. And you're always welcome in a box. And that way we could give another rundown of this entire situation.
Giving credit where she's due, Pinky has tried her damnedest to really get Faith to understand that what she's doing is illegal and is going to cause her a lot of problems. And she told her, like, you do not want to end up, being the topic of a awareness live. And she just kind of blew that off, just like she did the Bearded Wonder when he said, you could end up in jail. And she basically was like, no, I won't. I mean, very indignant about it. So, I give credit to Pinky Boy. She has really maintained composure in dealing with her and has really done her damnedest. And I've been watching. I have been watching you, girl. I don't even know that I watch so much, but I have been paying attention. I really have.
I've been trying, man. And I come in on this account for her now because my big account, I won't dare. Like even where she had first started at one time, do you know Ace? He does all the dance things with people from overseas and handicapped people and stuff like that.
Yes, did he recently quit? Like he quit doing his lives because she was crying about that one day.
Yeah. Well, because he went on a TV show, so that's why he quit it. He couldn't talk about the TV show and different things like that. He's on Love Island, and it's Enzo, not on it.
Oh, so here's the thing. She went on mute.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. So what we want to do is we're going to do a follow-up on this entire situation because, like I said, when I started the live stream earlier, she was on there. She had a big happy birthday sign behind her, hung on the wall. And people were asking, and they were even calling her out saying, hey, I thought your birthday was not till August. She goes, yeah, but I'm celebrating early because I'm going to be at Disneyland, yada, yada, yada. No, that's not how it works. I'm sorry. But it's a manipulation tactic. It's a money grab for her. And, this is wild behavior. If your birthday's not till August something, we're barely July 22nd. Don't be doing that because I'm going to call her out on all this nonsense. And I'm not here to sugarcoat it. And that's just the way it's going to be.
I'm just glad somebody big picked it up because there's been a lot of small profiles that have picked it up and watch and put her on the rewatch app. And the other day it was so funny because she got on so many times. They were like, I can't keep up, because she gets off, she gets back on. She gets off, she gets back on. And her mama come in there, her daddy come in there, and they've told her, you don't need it. Her mom told me that if I took her with me and like they dropped her off at the mall, she was like, she don't have 2 pennies to rub together. So are you going to be able to make sure that she eats and stuff? And I was like, yeah, I mean, it's lunch, I wasn't tripping. But then to find out all the extra stuff was
That's wild.
Find out the extra stuff was just bad because she's putting her parents in debt. And here for the BS can turn around and vouch for me. I've told her they can come in and take your parents' house. They can take this, and she does not care. And her parents are paying these loans back over and over and over again. These are overseas loans. They didn't even ask her for any type of proof of income. And within minutes, all that was gone. All of it was gone. She buys followers off of Etsy. It's like 50 followers for like $10. And if you go down her profile or get into one of her lives, homie, all you'll see is Nigerians. And because they're all bought.
Here's the thing. She makes a lot of money. Well, I'm not going to say a lot, but she makes like, July 6th, she made $178 just in TikTok gifts. The following day, she made another 54. The following day after that, she made another 41. Then 32, then 26, then $28, 7, 14, 3, 22. The 18th of July, she made 176. The following day was 7, then 17, then $49 yesterday. She's making money just in TikTok gifts.
But that's only what you see there. That's not what's on the back end. Cash App and Venmo and Zelle and...
Yeah, and we're just talking to TikTok gifts. I don't know how many subscribers she has. I don't know none of that. But you know what? I think enough is... and I'm talking just in TikTok gifts, everybody. We're not talking about payment apps. We're not talking about none of that. We know that she's collecting a lot of money on the back end. And no, that doesn't include her subscribers. That's just in TikTok gifts that she's been getting, every time she goes live. This is ridiculous. And you know what? I think it's very important that we do a follow-up live stream as soon as possible. And I want to invite Faith over to get in a box and give us an explanation. I just did, voila. I just checked the tick leap. What I want is for her to come get in a box and explain. And I want to hear the excuses as to why she thinks it's okay to scam people out of money under false pretenses. And I want to see what she has to say about this whole situation, because this is unacceptable.
Yes, homie, I agree. She is by far the worst one I've seen you cover.
People say that her mods enable her. Y'all have to understand, a lot of her mods chastise her on the back end. But there's one mod, and she's probably in here. She will sit there because she has control over. She has given her control over her account, at the beginning of the month, all of a sudden she was in love with this female, and if it's not drama to pull the numbers in, she doesn't want it. Sassy's one of her mods. Sassy Bad Bish, she's one of her mods.
Wow.
She's in the comments. She's asking for a box.
Let me see. I don't see her, but here, let me double check. Oops. I'm pushing a whole bunch of buttons over here. Let me invite her up here. Give me 1 second.
Oh, no, I didn't mean you were a mod. No, Sassy's never been a mod. She's always in there. I'm not talking about you.
Oh, they're saying Sassy's a huge enabler? Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, I mean, Sassy sits in her box and talks to her and stuff like that. Yeah, they say Sassy's a huge
enabler. So here's my question to Sassy. Why do you think it's okay that Faith manipulates people and takes people's money under false pretenses. Because you know what? This is unacceptable behavior. Why do you think that it's okay that in 6 weeks she's able to collect at a minimum $15,000 and uses the money to gift people on TikTok, buy followers, try to buy people's friendship? That's my question.
It might be a wild assumption, but with Sassy being unemployed, I wouldn't doubt if she gets some of that money.
I think also, I think Sassy is disabled, from what I understand.
But that should be.
But I wasn't talking about Sassy that was a mod and has control over her account.
Yeah, no, the one that they're saying in the comments is the huge enabler. There's no excuse. I don't care. There's no excuse how somebody sits there and enables somebody to take thousands and thousands of dollars from people under false pretenses that it's for moving, it's for this and that, and all that money goes to gifting people on TikTok.
And if you're of sound mind to get on a social media app, request a box, sit there for hours, enabling a scammer, then you are of sound mind to know that what you're doing is not right.
Exactly. This is here for this BS. You want to chime in? I'm sorry. You're just sitting in a box.
Oh, I'm fine. I have been chiming in.
Oh no, go ahead. Because it seems like you've been watching. You've been seeing.
Oh, Pinky would know far more than I do. I've just been I won't say a completely silent watcher. I do engage in the comments sometimes, and I'm not going to go in there. I also don't go in there. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, well, you're nice." Well, of course I am. What am I going to go in there and say rude, obnoxious things to somebody? Like, what good does that do? Yeah, I've been a silent watcher, watching and taking in what's happening. That's the way you learn about what's going on. And like I said, I've been watching Pinky really, try her damnedest to do and get her to understand what she should be doing, what she shouldn't be doing, but to no avail. One of the things with her parents that I've noticed, God, she's very sneaky with her parents. She'll take and put that phone down somewhere and leave it on live, and then they'll have to go. Like the other day, I think they were in the bathroom doing something with her, and she had the phone set off to the side, and it was like you could hear her trying to kind of take jabs at them and say things to try to get them worked up while this was going on. And it's just, God, she's trying to bait them into sounding bad while she knows she's got that phone sitting over there streaming what's happening. And they have no idea that they're being streamed on live while they're in there dealing with her in the other room.
She was in the shower at that time. They were trying to, and again, they have to fight with her to get her in the shower. I mean, Sassy, if you're an enabler, that's all on you. She said that she won't chastise her in front of everyone, but you sit up there and you're celebrating her birthday with her 2 days in a row, and her birthday ain't for another 3 damn weeks. But I think it also sucks because there's, like Sassy, that I have the recording of, that has said the R word, and then said she called herself that. There's Tay and Eric went ballistic one time and called everybody the R word. It's a lot, and Faith just chuckles at it, and I don't know. I mean, I'm getting to a point where it's a different flavor of Kool-Aid each week. And this week they've been around a few weeks. And they're going to say something wrong to her or not give her what she wants, and turn around and then boom, they're going to be gone too. And there's people that have been with her for a very long time that tried to talk sense into her, and she does not care. Yes, cinnamon roll. And Tay lied about having terminal cancer and a pregnancy to get back at Faith, and Faith had a meltdown. That's where it started, the whole 4-day live. My issue is the money situation and her always screaming to unalive herself. that is my two biggest things. Her parents, nobody can help her parents if her parents are going to keep letting her do this. They've been dealing with her almost 28 years. So her parents told me that she is a pathological liar. She's very manipulative, and, this is what she does. So, I mean, they know what she does, but they're not on social media to see. And I do email it to her mom all the time, because hopefully she'll get tired of it, and finally give in and go to the courts here in Texas and take a stand for, for her safety, because she's scared of her. So
It's wild. This whole story is wild. We're going to do a follow-up, Pinky. You're welcome to come get in the box because we try to reach as many people as possible, and that's the goal. And let people know what she's doing on TikTok. And,